maybe Amit, can you add to that and maybe also say something about scalability? So Polygon is really working on the scalability of DeFi.
Yeah. Before the scalability, I think one quote which I really want to have is like about George Orwell. Like he said, like all animals are equals, but some animals are more equal than others. Just to rephrase, all money is equal, but some money is more equal than others. I- So this is what, like, a perspective from a DeFi world. Like that's the perspective which people are now growing in. That's a narrative, like something like a CBDC versus a DeFi or central bankers regulation versus the decentralized world. But I don't believe this narrative. It's not like they're gonna be a war or something like that. We can work in a collaborative way. The reason why I feel the collaboration and what we can learn from each other, it's an objective, because all the regulation, all the mechanics there has to be an objective. And we have a central bank, a great institution, and we have a DeFi. Our objectives are same. Like, what are our objectives? Financial inclusion, we have already chatted about it. Reducing transaction costs, yes. Privacy. We should acknowledge, there has been a change in culture. Privacy is very, very, very important to users. They are willing to sacrifice a lot of efficiency gain for privacy, and we have seen that. So if the last objective, I think you would be surprised to hear that financial stability. Why? Everybody knows it's something important. It's the important stuff for central banks, but it is growing to be important for DeFi world as well. I am running agent-level financial stability simulations on like large clusters, and I'm seeing that the owners of the protocol are doing so. And we have real-life examples. People do stress test now. And I was talking to one of the colleague in National Bank. And I want to connect to such team and align our processes of stress testing with what the real economy does. So that's what we are doing in terms of objective. The final question, like just connecting the dot with Lex, like how I feel the CBDC would be helpful. It's a retail CBDC which I'm like literally after. The wholesale CBDC, it would be not fair to have a discussion in a country like Switzerland. Already the things are pretty stable, not more efficiency gain to be coming from them, unless you have a black swan event like in a dream or something like that. But what I mean by retail CBDC, you look at the DeFi, one of the cool innovations of a DeFi, lending protocols. I imagine that CBDC can come to those lending protocols, right? Why it's important? It's important because now it's a great that lending platform is a great equalization platform with a minimal transaction cost, with secure privacy. A farmer in, suppose, let's say, rural part of Europe can have a same cost of borrowing as a multi-billion company, like building a factory. So that's what, like, if CBD can come in like that way, that would be more than acknowledged. The scaling part. The scaling part is actually pretty interesting. The blockchain world is moving really, really fast. We know that, and the amount of money which we are just saying is enormous. Like, we as a company just raised around, let me figure, around $450 million. And we are investing it in the technology. And I just told, we have a token, and we do have a treasury. So we committed $1 billion to have this ZK roll-up fully scalable solution. And now I think I should connect to one of the great presentation on the scalability issue what we have. So I'm a ETH guy. I got onboarded myself on the ETH first. Then the Bitcoin paper happened, I think, in one of the train journey. So the ETH now, so we want to kind of be connected with a large connected network which has a scalability potential, which is fully decentralized, completely secure. We want to scale it up. So what we are exactly in line with how the scaling and network solution looks in the real world, a same network, Ethereum, but we're going to scale it in a better technology, ZK, and improving POS, and everything will be built on the EVM framework. The biggest problem the applications or the DeFi application right now have is like it's very difficult to move them from one platform to other. So that's what the scalability will come from, like what we'll provide will build on the Ethereum system, and just with the minor changes, you will be fully scalable. That's what I think.